Interestingly enough, ego is a Latin word for basically mask. Persona is mask. So personality is the study of the mask. Personality test is a test about your mask. Interestingly. And what is it that being masked? Is that the right word? Is that the right sentence? The one that is masked is your true self. The original you. The one that does not need any recognition because it's there. It's your soul. It's your truth. Not your truth. It's the truth. You see? And I'm very sensitive now to the idea that I know how smart ego is. So ego may manifest in different way. The first one is when ego feels like they are the most righteous. It's called merasa paling benar. Is it wrong to feel that you're righteous? No. But when you feel you are the most righteous, you create problem. You see other people are less righteous than you. You are the only one who can be right. The rest are wrong. So that's one form of ego. You following me?
Yes,
Still
yes,
okay?
yes.
Okay. The other form of how ego masquerades is when you feel like a victim. When you feel like you are the most victimized. This is also ego. You see? You feel like it's the world against me. I need to show to the world that I'm the victim. You see? You need, without realizing, you ask for pity of the world. But what happened was like, it's a self-pity. And the third thing is really difficult to translate it in English, but it's very subtle. I say it in Bahasa Indonesia first. Merasa paling berguna.
Like feeling like you're the most useful.
There you go. So impact is here. The idea that making an impact, that you are born to create impact is here.
What's the difference with the first one? Like the first one is feeling...
the first one is feeling most righteous.
Oh, okay. Righteous.
And then the other one is most victimized.
Yeah.
This is, how do you say it?
The most useful.
Most useful. So these are all the manifestation of ego. And if you don't realize it, you feel like it's you. No, it's not you. It's just a facade of you. The more you let it, the bigger it gets. And you lost track on who you are, essentially.
Let me take a breath. Now, that's very interesting, like 3 ways, at least, like the ego can mask.
Can trick you.
Yeah.
Can trick me.
Yeah.
Can trick us.
Can trick us. And so does that mean that is one of the ways to identify, right?
Exactly.
If you feel like you're the most righteous, okay, let's take a step back. And,
exactly.
Right.
Why is it? I think it's easier because when you say recognize ego, how? You see, but now it's like we have the playbook. We are in possession of their playbook, so we know how they work. They is ego.
Yeah.
So the next time you feel like I'm right, I am so right, I am the righteous. Careful. And the next thing to do, you need to fight that inclination, that urge to be right. And how do you fight it? You find people with different opinion, and you just need to sit and listen. You force yourself. You see, that's the antidote. So if you feel like you are the most victimized, what do?
Look for others who already also are experiencing even worse things.
Yes. The story of the prophets throughout all religion is a story of victims. They are victims of their parents. They are victims of their brothers, sisters, society, kings, oppressors. But one thing is interesting. They never see themselves as victims. They are de facto victim. But they never allow themselves to see that they are victims. Why? It's not a crucial point. They choose to be grateful. So what they do, they always bring about the story of those who are lesser than them, who experience worse
things.
than them.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, my understanding right now, it doesn't mean that you're not a victim, but it's about
You
the
could be a victim,
feeling. Yeah.
but you should not feel like you won.
Like you should not let go that power of responsibility, like self-responsibility, and that you can, okay, yes, maybe I am a victim, but it's not about blaming others.
Yes.
The blaming part is where the ego comes in. That's what my understanding so far. But it's about taking responsibility.
Yes.
Yes, you're probably, people are doing the wrong things to you. You're being wronged, but it's not denying that, but also not staying too long, like not dwelling in the blaming game.
Yes.
But try to take responsibility to actually change it. The ego is the part that keeps us dwell in the blaming game. Is that correct?
Yes. Because it's easier to blame. The inclination in all of us, in myself, in you, in everyone, is that when something bad happened, the easiest thing to do is to blame others. Even blame God. Even blame situation. What more? It's only parents, it's only friend. It's their fault. But when you do that, you let ego take control. And the rest of the decision will be ego-based decisions. Ego-based choices. Which let you, it's like ulir sa krupto ba eh?
No idea.
It's like
spiraling kind of.
Spiraling down.
Yeah.
You continue to go down without realizing it. And you become bitter. You see the world through the lens of pessimist, apathist.
And I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong again, I think it can even be even more than that. It can even look as something very positive. If you look at out of those three ways we can identify, like the most righteous or feeling the most useful, like what you just said is like it gets you to feel like bitter and pessimist. But you can also feel like, oh, I'm great and all that. But that's also ego driven as well, right? So
it's the need to acquire more and more validation of your ego that is the trap. That is the biggest trap.
Because you can also be very optimistic, but also be driven
egoistic
by
at the same time.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True. It's a tricky thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why you need to grow old.
Well, it's going to happen like it or not, right?
Well, it doesn't guarantee that being old would benefit you, the ability to curb your ego, but it would surely help. Your point of view would change. And having a different perspective always helps.
So, for those who are maybe like reflecting as they're hearing, like listening to this conversation, maybe that thing that I did is driven by ego because it made me feel like the most righteous or the most victimized or the most useful. Now, but I still want to be someone useful.
That is not wrong.
Right? So
most useful is wrong. Useful is right. It's okay.
So the problem here is in the word most, like most righteous, useful. Most useful.
The word is most useful. We have a simpler Indonesian term for that. It's called pamrih. How do you say it in English?
Like it's like conditional
mentality. So it's like pamrih. Yeah. You do things tit for tat. That's pamrih.
Like conditional, right? Like
I'll be nice to you if you're nice to me.
Like to do good deeds with expectations that you'll get something back in return, right? Yes.